it speaks to really the topic. We got to talking with Eric Romark about what the piece would be about and everything, and we actually had real conversations about the content, the material, and we were thinking about something that talked about the hall itself, Orchestra Hall, and the history of it, and the town that it's in, and that it at one point was called Paradise Theater for a 10-year period, from 1941 to 51 to 40 to 61, and all of the greatest jazz musicians in the world passed through and played on the very hall that you all play on right now. And it made me sort of look even deeper into the history of Detroit. And I'd a couple of years already done a piece for another ensemble, Detroit-based ensemble, based on that area, Black Bottom and Paradise Valley. And I sort of had all of these feelings left over from that piece because there's just so much history and so much more to say. And it just led me to really thinking about the jazz in it, because there's a history of that's almost as equal to the jazz history of Harlem in New York City, that for a period of time was right there, right next to Paradise Theater, Orchestra Hall in Paradise Valley, in Black Bottom, which I believe Black Bottom, there's no real area of Black Bottom now.
It's kind of
been raised.
Yes, like a highway came in and they kind of took the whole neighborhood out. It's
is doing that right now, and with all of that history of the African American community that was there, that thrived there, and the music and the culture that thrived there, it just said, it screamed, you got to talk about that history. And if you talk about that history, you got to talk about jazz. So we're talking Ella Fitzgerald, we're talking Duke Ellington, we're talking Cab Calloway. The who's who of jazz artists would pass through and do like a week at Paradise Theater at Orchestra Hall. And it was the thing to do, to have a ticket and check out these artists. And so I just thought about, highlighting it for the orchestra, but really for the wind quintet, because orchestras have dabbled in crossing over in jazz. You can find, even the fringe composers, you can find pieces that do that. Wind quintet, however, first of all, wind quintet in front of orchestra is already like an unknown. It's like a handful. But in a jazz-esque setting, never. And so, yeah, it's something that had to be done.